Okay, so I'm a little late to the party, and I apologize. I took me a while to get to the comic store and read things, but given my previous rant, I felt I had to talk about this when I finally got it and read it, and I have. It's the new Batgirl #1. First of all, I feel I need to apologize to Gail Simone for my previous rant. It turns out she didn't want to put Barbara back as Batgirl. That was a DC editorial thing. Because apparently, in their minds, Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown were failures as Batgirl, and therefore we need to put Barbara back because that's the one everyone thinks of when they think of Batgirl. First of all, guys, you want to know why the other two Batgirls were failures? It's because you didn't put them in any fucking media other than the comics! How the hell are people supposed to know there have been two other Batgirls if you don't fucking acknowledge them? I mean, would it really have been so hard to make a Batman show that had Oracle and at least Cassandra Cain there, and then do a flashback explaining what happened, that Oracle used to be Batgirl, and that Cassandra is now the new Batgirl? I would have liked to have seen that. I'm sure other people would have liked to have seen that. Probably would have done well. But no! No! You guys stuck with Dick Grayson's Robin and Barbara Gordon's Batgirl. And that's why people only know because you're stuck in the fucking 60s. Alright. Now with that out of the way, how is the issue itself? Well, it's okay. I don't hate it. But it's nothing to write home about. It's nothing, it doesn't wow me. And that's the problem. I mean, it's Gail Simone. Regardless of what part she played, she is a great writer. I fucking loved Secret Six. Hold on. This is when I started reading Birds of Prey. I picked up the first trade, or it wasn't this one, it's another one. But the moment I picked up one of these trades and read it, I love the Birds of Prey. I loved her writing. I want to see more of these characters. So to see her write this, I'm really disappointed. It's just, I mean, like I said, it's okay. It's just kind of meh. And that seems to be the problem with the DC reboot in general, from what I hear from, well, I'll name drop Linkara, The Last Angry Geek, and a bunch of my other friends, and a bunch of people at the comic shop, and message boards I go to. A lot of them either horribly suck, and I think you know which ones I'm talking about, or just kind of okay. So we went through this entire reboot, creating 52 new titles for could have been worse, or this is fucking horrible. Wow, DC, way to go. You really struck gold on that one, didn't you? Rearrange your entire thing. Ugh. Anyway, sorry I keep getting off track. I'm trying to talk about the issue. But I had to take a while because I got my big stack of comics from the last few months all together and read the last 3 issues of Stephanie's book. And I really liked that book. I really loved what they did. And it had a good ending to where it was an ending point, but you could tell they wanted to do more, especially given the fantasy sequence Stephanie went through that showed what she could have gone through and what I'm pretty sure were future storylines, and I wanted to just read them. Then I read this. So maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's just, I came off that run like, okay, I'll read this now. I gave it some time to try not to judge. And like I said, it's intriguing. There's a new villain. And it could be good. I'll give it a few issues before I stop, if I stop, but right now I'm not wowed. I don't know what it is. Like, well, here what part of it is, and this is the problem, again, across the board. DC wants to treat this as it's the first time you've met these characters. But you can't do that. We know what these characters are like. We know what they should be like. And this Barbara Gordon is not the Barbara Gordon that was Oracle. Now, she might not have been Oracle, but then one of the guys on the comic shop I went to said, yeah, she was. That still happened. It was only 3 years, apparently, because they mentioned she got shot by the Joker and was in the chair, and this right here is her first night back as Batgirl. Well, the characterization would have worked better if she had just been in the chair for 3 years and kind of felt sorry and kind of redeemed and, you know, made a whole journey to be this better person, and then come back whenever whatever happened. I hope we find out about that soon. But the problem is, if she was Oracle, this rings very false of the person she was. Because they mentioned in here that she's making rookie mistakes and she's rusty. Okay, fine, I can get that. She hasn't fought on her feet for a long time. But she couldn't stop her legs from shaking. She really had to go to the bathroom. And superheroes shouldn't be that scared. That's not Barbara Gordon. Even as Oracle, she was never helpless. That was what made Oracle great. Even, not just the internet stuff, not just computer stuff. There's a scene in one of the Birds of Prey, I think it's the new series, or maybe it was Batgirl, that's right. It was the Stephanie Batgirl, where she's on a subway, and these muggers are coming to get her because they think, oh, it's a cripple. She'll obviously be an easy prey. And she beats the shit out of the guys. It's awesome. And that is the Barbara Gordon we know and love. That's who I thought Gail Simone was going to write. And if that's who it was, I'm all for that. Here, though, again, it's like she's... I know she's restarting, but it's like she's starting for the first time. Someone points a gun at her. The villain here, the Mirror. Yeah, right there. You can see it. He points a gun at her, and she stops and freezes. Well, Oracle had guns pointed at her. It didn't stop her. She was able to come over it. So, I mean, I guess I get it if, like, because it's pointed at the same spot the Joker shot her, and it's at her spine, and she thinks she's going to get paralyzed again. Yes, that would make people freeze up, but a normal person would do that. Not Barbara Gordon. She was a stronger character. She would have leapt at him and kicked the gun out of the guy's hands. That's what should have happened. So, yeah. I don't know what else I can say. Is it a good issue? Yes. I'll say yes. If you're interested in it, I'd say pick it up, give it a chance, but don't get expectations up too high. Like I said, I'm gonna stay with it. I'm gonna see where it goes, and maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep with it. But the biggest, I keep saying the biggest thing. I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of issues with this reboot, and a lot of people say they've one more day Superman, obviously, but the entire DC universe, and they kind of have. This really was one of the biggest problems with One More Day when they reset everything, was, okay, things have changed. What? What has changed? What was changed? What stayed the same? And that's what this is. It's supposed to be a reboot, but there's still stuff from the old continuity in there. It's just compressed into, 5 years. Which, by the way, holy shit, a lot of stuff has happened in 5 years in the DC universe, right? Especially Hal Jordan. I might have to come back to the Green Lantern things on a separate video. The time's running really long on this one. But goddamn, I mean, there must not have been a single off fucking day in the DC universe for these last 5 years if this is only, half-decade time span. Of course, my favorite part, and I have to end the video with this, if I can find her, right there. I don't know if you can see her. They have the mysterious woman from Flashpoint that told Flash to reunite all the 3 timelines. The 3 timelines were split and they need to come back together. That's their out. I will put money on this. You can quote me on this shit. I guarantee you, in about 6 months to a year's time, if these books start failing, if they don't make the sales they thought they were going to, they will use that woman as their out and have her say, oh, I was wrong, the timeline shouldn't have been merged, it was right the whole time, and boop, everything will go back to the way it was before. Making this whole thing entirely pointless. I'm willing to bet on that. See you next time.